A woman breastfeeds her baby at a restaurant and suddenly the whole place gets uncomfortable. But if a man were to breastfeed, nobody would say a word. Welcome to High Society, the podcast where we slow down, loosen up, and talk about things no one's thinking about. I'm your host, Duchess, and yes, we're a little elevated. This episode is the pilot, the very first time we pull up and get into it together. And I figured what better way to kick things off than a topic that literally no one can agree on. Today we're asking, why is everyone worried about women breastfeeding in public? Why is that a problem? Let's talk about it. So let's just say it. Breasts are everywhere. Ads, music, videos, Instagram, billboard. Society literally is obsessed with them. But the second we want to use them to feed our babies, the thing literally they're made for, everyone's uncomfortable. Can she do that somewhere else? She needs to go to the bathroom. Ew. Or everyone just stares. Ask yourself, honestly, is the problem the breast or the problem the purpose? Because if it's the purpose, that tells us everything we need to know about motherhood and how people view women. Simply, we've sexualized breasts so much that we've literally forgotten the biological function of breasts. And now women are feeding their children in public, have to navigate the discomfort of other people. People are always saying she should just cover up. Okay, I hear you. But have you ever tried to cover an infant with a blanket in the summer heat? It's 90 degrees outside. I don't think you have. They're going to refuse to eat. They're going to scream. They're going to cry. They're going to hate it. Be in mind, my baby's about to be 6 months old. I promise you, they don't want their heads covered. And then the mother is screaming at the baby's screaming at the mom. Everyone's upset, everyone's irritated, baby's hungry, and now a crowd of people are staring at her like she ain't got control of her kids. Okay. We never asked men to cover up though. They walk around shirtless at the beach, Speedos at the beach. Ew. But a nursing mother needs a tent. She needs to cover up and be ashamed of what she's literally doing. Here's the crazy part about breastfeeding in public. Let's be honest. Breastfeeding in public makes people uncomfortable. And I understand that. But suddenly, you giving the baby a bottle, you're not trying hard enough. You should breastfeed your baby. Okay? Then you breastfeed her. Oh my God, no. She should have pumped it, put that in a bottle. That's not right. That's not what she's supposed to be doing. You can't win for losing. You can't win for losing. No one is going to finally agree that people should just mind their business. Since when did breastfeeding become a spectator sport? Since when do you have to stop what you're doing to go find her and be like, hey, no, you're not supposed to do that? Quick fact, breastfeeding public, legal. It's legal. You can do that. But legal in society doesn't mean it's accepted. You know, the gap between what's legal and what's accepted is huge. It's very huge. We shouldn't be so concerned and so hated towards mothers who are just trying to feed their baby. Because I guarantee you, on a plane, when you're 50,000 feet in the air and that baby starts screaming and hollering and she's trying to hurry up and make a bottle, you're going to risk she can just pop that burst in that baby mouth. I'm just saying. And then you got people in different states. I ain't talking about nothing specific. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Who literally walk around naked. Men walk around in Speedos, little thongs. No one's talking about them. No one's saying that's inappropriate. Women walking around with their butt out and just all over the place. No one's talking about them. But me feeding my child at a restaurant is uncomfortable. Now, I'm being mine. I got twins. And I breastfeed them. And no, I'm not going to have, be all out feeding both of them. I'm not. That's a bit much even for me. But if we're out at a restaurant, one's asleep, one's up, he just wants to nurse a little bit. I'm gonna nurse him. I'm not gonna run to the bathroom and nurse him. Nope. Boop. Do 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 do. He's good. And we didn't make a scene. So why do you have to make a scene about me doing it? I don't understand. I don't. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, I don't get it, and I don't understand. I wish people would just leave people alone because honestly, you're a creep, and you're making me uncomfortable. Every time I look over, you watching me. Now I feel like you're a creep. Now I feel like I should gotta believe. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm a little uncomfy because you staring at me beating my kid. That's weird. That's weird. Like I said, women can't win for losing. We literally can't. You either want to watch and talk shit, or you don't want to see it at all and talk shit. So with that being said, women, if you want and can breastfeed your child, do that. Because people are going to talk about you regardless. You bottle feed, they're going to talk about you regardless. You breastfeed, they're going to talk about you regardless. You pump and put it in a bottle, they're going to talk about you regardless. So do what's best for you at that time and do what's best for your baby. That's it. It's that simple. Don't be trying to fight the public. You're never going to win. There's going to be people on your side, yeah, but then there's going to be people like, she's wrong. So do what you want. Anyway, I'm Duchess. I'll catch y'all next week.